Let's start our today's Abhidhamma study. Paying homage to the Buddha. Let's recite Namo Tassa 3 times together. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Good morning, everybody. Let's start our today's Abhidhamma study for lesson 35. It's in chapter 4, which is Sangaha. And next week we have introduced and explained some information about the attainment, especially first-time attainment. First-time attainment of jhana and the attainment of magga, including the preceding, the following phala, that is called the magga vitti. But although it is include the fruition moment phala, that process is called the magga vitti. And in today's lesson, we're going to talk about the process in the attainment. This lesson is divided into 2 parts. In this part one, we will discuss about the attainment, cognitive process in the attainment of the jhana and phala. They are called the jhana samapatti vitti and phala samapatti vitti. So before we continue about the attainment samapatti vitti, let's review the 2 types of the absorption jhana process contained in these absorption jhana. For the occurrence of the absorption jhana, when the meditator attains the first time, the jhana or magga is called the adhigamika vitti. Adhigamika, that is called the first time. And when the meditator again enter to that stage of the meditative attainment, the jhana or phala, that is called the samapatti. So the first attainment is adhigamika vitti, and later attainment, later entering to that stages of meditative attainment is called the samapatti vitti. But for the magga, according to the nature of the consciousness, magga citta, path consciousness never repeat. It just arises only once for one moment, and it accomplishes every function to be done. So no reason to repeat again. That is why for the magga, after the arising in the magga vitti, no more repetition. So only the phala consciousness can repeat during the lifetime. That is why there is no magga samapatti vitti, only the phala samapatti vitti. In this way, we will study the cognitive process in the attainment, which is called the samapatti viti, the jhana samapatti viti, the process in the attainment of jhana, and phala samapatti viti, the process in the attainment of phala, and no magga. And another type is nirodha samapatti viti, the process in the attainment of succession. So there are 3 types of samapatti viti. And the Abhidhamma Sangha mentioned about the difference between first time attainment and the process of attainment, samapatti viti, adhigamika viti, and samapatti viti. In the cognitive process of attainment, the times of the jhana, the frequency of the jhana repeated many times. So many times, there's no fixed procedure regarding the process in the attainment. Even if a person entered to the samapatti viti for 5 minutes, the moment of jhana cannot be counted exactly. That is why it is compared to the stream of the life continuum, because the life continuum cannot be counted. Between 2 processes, life continuums, the moment of bhavanga, life continuums running. So there's no fixed procedure until the next time process arises, it runs. In the same way, in the process in the attainment, the moment of jhana, yet this jhana is sublime and supramundane, which is called the absorption jhana. It runs many times. So cannot be counted exactly. Okay, that is the difference between the adhigamika and samapatti viti. In the adhigamika viti, we have explained that only one moment of jhana arises for the jhana statement. So now, if we study about the samapatti viti, we have to keep this information in our mind. And the process, the jhana moment will take place many times. Okay, let's continue. So before we see the process, let's review about the neighborhood concentration jhana. So in this process, in the process of the absorption jhana, the jhana moment is divided into 2 parts, and sometimes into 3 parts in this supramundane process. So here in the process, the former part of the jhana are called the neighborhood concentration. Neighborhood concentration, in Pali it is called the upachara samadhi jhana. Upachara samadhi jhana, neighborhood concentration jhana. They are, as mentioned in the lesson 34, before the jhana or magga arise, the moment of the great wholesome or great functional, the sense-pure jhana take place. And they are given the specific name. The first moment, so after mind or adverting, the first moment is called the preparation. This is called in Pali the Prikrama. So Prikrama, preparation moment. The types of the consciousness is the same, but they are given the name, the respective name, considering about what they are doing. They are performing the function. So the past moment is like a preparation. That's why it is called the Parikama. It's prepared for the mental continuum for the attainment to follow. So before the process of attainment, it rises in the first time and seem to the moment to prepare. That's why that is called the preparation moment. Then the second moment of neighborhood concentration is called the Upachara. It is translated as Essex, because it arises in proximity to the attainment. So come closer after preparation, and it comes closer, similar to the Essex to the sublime state. Then the third moment, conformity. Although it closer than the moment of Upachara, Essex. It is not only Essex, being Essex. It performs more function to conform the preceding moment and the subsequent absorption. So the neighborhood concentration moment and subsequent concentration moment, it makes the linking to conform that. That is why it is called the Anuloma. Anuloma. And the last one is called the Kudrapu, change of lineage. Just before the absorption, it arises. After that moment finish, at the end of that moment, and the next moment start, that is like a transition to the absorption or mega. That's why it changed the lineage. So in case of the jhana attainment, the Godrabu change. Godrabu is the last moment of the sense pure lineage. And after that, the lineage of sublime starts. And in the past attainment, only in the past attainment, it is called the Godrabu. So in the past attainment, Sodapatti Mega, it is like the transition from the lineage of Wadlin before and at the moment of Godrabu in the path attainment. It is called that ordinary person. After that, the Mega arises. So at the moment of Sodapatti Mega, he is called the noble person of the path individual of the Sodapatti Mega. That is why it seemed to make him transition from the Wadlin to noble one. That is why it is called the Godrapu, cutting off the lineage, a change of lineage. And for the case of the three higher path attainments of the Sakadagami Mega, Anagami Mega, and Arhata Mega, if the person does not attain the path, he cannot attain the second path, etc. The higher path cannot be attained. So, to attain the three higher path, he must be already entered to the lineage of the noble one, Arya. That is why at the attainment of three higher path attainments, there is no transition from lineage to another lineage because already entered to the Arya lineage, the lineage of noble person. So there is no changes. That is why the moment of good rabu changed to the moment of the cleansing. It is no more called the change of lineage. It is called the vardhana. No more good rabu. It is called the vardhana in the higher path attainment, in the process of higher path attainment. So there's no transition of the lineage. That is why it is just called the vardhana, cleansing. So these four moments, preparation moment, access, conformity, and change of lineage of the cleansing. These four moments are called the neighborhood concentration jhana, because these are sense-pure jhana in the same process with the sublime jhana. Okay, these are called the Upachara Samadhi Jhana in Pali. In order to understand the process of the absorption jhana, we have to understand the neighborhood concentration jhana moment too. So this process already studied. If a person practices the samatha meditation and the attainment, in the attainment of the jhana, past moment, arise in this way. So after mind door process, preparation, access, conformity, change of lineage, after that, the jhana. And if the person is keen person, is sharp knowledge, with the sharp knowledge, take up paññā, sharp knowledge, the moment of preparation is not necessary, so it drops. And only 3 moments of neighborhood concentration, and then jhana arises, and jhana arises. So this is the first time attainment. Let's compare what's different, the first time attainment and samapatti. Here, this is the samapatti viti. So in the samapatti viti, the moment of the jhana is extended for the many times. So it continues countless times. And in both cases of the average person and keen person, whether the preparation moment concept or not, the continuum does not change. The continuum of the jhana moment runs. That is called the process of the attainment of jhana. So this is called the samapatti viti. The only difference is the moment of jhana becomes many times. It's not difficult if we understand the adhikamika viti, and we just need to extend the moment of jhana. It becomes the samapatti viti. And samapatti viti, it is said that in the sense-pure plane of existence, it lasts up to 7 days, because the nutriment in the sense-pure plane of existence usually lasts for 7 days. So needs to take another food. So it is limited. But in the Brahma world, there's no need to take the food. So they can be longer according to the person's individual's wish. Okay, so let's again review the correlation in absorption. And here, after the jhana accompanied by jhana refers to the neighborhood concentration. After neighborhood concentration, the absorption accompany. So they must be equal in the accompanying feeling. So joyful absorption after joyful neighborhood concentration. Equanimity, jhana, equanimity absorption follow to the equanimity neighborhood concentration moment. Then again, that immediately after the wholesome jhana, so after wholesome jhana, lower fruit is already studied, and let's review again. There, after functional jhana is the fruit of arahaship. We will study this in today's lesson. Okay, so regarding this part, wholesome jhana and lower fruit, functional jhana and arahaship fruit. This related to the attainment of the fruition, phalasamappatti viti. So here, three types of individual. The one individual. So the three types of individual related to the samappatti viti. So in the worldling person, only the triple-rooted individual can attain this type of attainment. That's why only one worldling person, triple-rooted. And three lower fruition person. So Sotappatti Phalatthana, Sakaragami Phalatthana, and Anagami Phalatthana. Three types of fruition person. And Arahat. So for the worldling and three lower fruition person, the wholesome jhana arise. And in both cases of neighborhood concentration and absorption, all jhana are wholesome for the four types of person. And for the arahat, in both cases of neighborhood concentration and absorption jhana are functional jhana. So we need to understand this nature. So worldling and trainees, because the trainees, the lower fruition person, because the path person cannot be included in the process of attainment of the jhana, because only the moment of path consciousness is called the path person. And for the arahat, after the attainment of arahata magga and phala, he is called the arahat. Then if he practiced the jhana to attain the jhana attainment, if he practiced the concentration meditation, and during that concentration meditation and the attainment, all the jhana, sense-sphere jhanas are functional. And the jhana, when he attained the jhana, also that jhana is called the functional jhana. Okay. Then let's see in the process. So here, this process of the first time attainment, and the second line is the attainment, or this is called the entering the samappatti viti. So it can be with or without preparation, or with preparation moment, it is called the average person. Without preparation moment, it is called the kin person, just the only difference for the person. Then, so let's identify the types of the consciousness in this process. First of all, the bhavanga. So the former bhavanga and the following bhavanga, the process continues. Here also counter movement, the process continued. The types of bhavanga can be identified, the great resultant associated with knowledge. Four, is because the Abhidhamma scholar, some Abhidhamma scholar regard this is the adhigamika viti, the first time attainment. That first time attainment arises only in the sense-sphere plane of existence. And after the attainment of this respective jhana, and the individual reborn in the Brahma world for the next life, if he reborn in the Brahma world, at the moment of Pratisandhi, that is the type of consciousness, the resulting consciousness of the five material sphere or immaterial sphere. So here the form of four jhana refers to the five material sphere. That's why when the individual or a Brahma is reborn in the Brahma world. Even the past moment is the jhana. So the resultant jhana, not the wholesome or unwholesome or functional jhana. It is the resultant jhana, because it is produced by the wholesome prime material sphere jhana in the Brahma world. That is why the past moment patisandhi of the prime material sphere jhana is the respective jhana. So the Brahma does not need to practice to attain their own jhana. Already happened. This is one explanation, generally accepted. That is why the Bhavanga must be the sincere Bhavanga of great result and associated with knowledge. So this refers to the wholesome, great wholesome, the produced by the wholesome. So we reborn in the human realms or Deva realms, any of the human realms or Deva realms, as a triple rooted person. So with the knowledge, the triple rooted individual is the Bhavanga of triple rooted individual who can attain the jhana in that very life, is the great result and consciousness with knowledge. That is why generally this explanation is accepted. But our famous scholar of the Asian Janaka Bhiwansa, Asian Janaka Bhiwansa analyze and give different view. So what he said is, even though the past moment of Brahma is the jhana, resultant jhana, it is just a resultant produced by the wholesome. That is why the resultant is not enough powerful to attain, to give rise to the wholesome jhana or wholesome jhana in their life. So for the Brahma also, they need to practice some concentration meditation to give rise the past time attainment even in the Brahma world. This is what the Sayadaw Ashin Janaka Bhiwansa explained. So according to him, according to the Sayadaw, even the Brahma need to practice to attain, to regain what he has already attained in past life, that jhana. So he need to practice. If he need to practice the adhikamika, the past time attainment of the jhana also where runs in the Brahma realms. If so, another Bhavanga also can be possible. So according to Sayadaw Ashin Janaka Bhiwansa, we need to edit for the Bhavanga movement, the four up to the four jhana. The four jhanas form a four jhana of the five material sphere. So altogether, there must be 8 types of Bhavanga can be possible. Any of the 8 types, 8 Bhavanga will run. Not all cannot. This is according to the Janaka Bhiwansa Sayadaw. But it is mentioned, generally mentioned, that only the great resultant associated with knowledge following the view, the adhikamika viti, the pastime attainment of the former four jhana can happen only in the sensual sphere, sensual plane of existence, and human realms or Deva realms. Okay, this is for the pastime attainment process. For the attainment, which called the samapatti viti, it consists of many times of the jhana. It continues countless times. And this, the Bhavanga movement can be extended for 8. So this is the Bhavanga. And M, the movement of M is the mind dot advatin. This is already known. Then let's continue the other movement of the neighborhood concentration jhana. They are called the PR, HT, and CN or CH in both process and by their name. So according to the types of the consciousness, they can be identified. The wholesome, great wholesome consciousness accompanied by joy associated with knowledge. In the first chapter of Abhidhamma Sangaha, we already analyzed types of the consciousness. There, the great wholesome consciousness, there are 8 great wholesome consciousness. Among them, some consciousness associated with knowledge, and some half of the 8 consciousness is the 4 consciousness associated with knowledge, and another 4 consciousness dissociated from knowledge. And also, in these 4 consciousness also, some accompanied by joy, some accompanied by equanimity. That is why if we counted the wholesome consciousness accompanied by joy and also associated with knowledge, we get only 2. And the wholesome for worldlings and trainees. If the person is the Arahat, this functional related to the Arahat, the functional consciousness is for the Arahat. So according to the individual, any of these 4 consciousness will arise. At the moment of the preparation, access, conformity, and change of lineage, if we call them collectively the neighborhood concentration jhana. So in this moment, any of 4 consciousness can be according to the individual. One is it is identified by the feeling of joy. So for former 4 jhana, you may remember that former 4 jhanas associated with the joint accompanied by joint. Former 4 jhana accompanied by joint, and the 5th jhana accompanied by equanimity. That is why former 4 jhana we can identify by the consciousness accompanied by joint. And for the part of the associated with knowledge, it means these are the moment of the consciousness just before the attainment. So there must be knowledge. Without the knowledge of the essence moment, the jhana cannot be attained. That is why we can identify all the neighborhood concentration moment must be any of wholesome consciousness accompanied by joint associated with knowledge, or functional consciousness accompanied by joint associated with knowledge. Here, associated with knowledge is general, because without the knowledge, nobody can attain the sublime attainment. And we have to be careful about the accompanying feeling. Former 4 jhana are accompanied by joyful. That is why the neighborhood concentration of these former 4 jhana are also must be accompanied by joy. This is the meaning of the correlation of jhana. Then another moment, jhana. For the jhana moment, both in the Adhigamika Viti and Samapatti Viti, all types of jhana can be identified with the wholesome prime material sphere, chitta, any of 4, or functional, any of 4, according to the attainment, the level of attainment. So if the person attained the first jhana, this must be first jhana, and the former the neighborhood concentration are wholesome for worldling and trainees. In this way, we can extend with the specific individual. For example, the worldling, triple-rooted worldling person practice the concentration meditation. For first-time attainment, this type of consciousness will run. If he is average person with the preparation, so bhavanga and vibrational arrest, then mind.advertent. If he is average, the preparation movement will consist of, and the access movement, conformity movement, change alignation, and this is the first time in that life for him. That's why that will be only once. Then bhavanga that occurs and continue bhavanga. Then if he trying to enter even in one sitting, not changing any posture, then the samabhati viti arise again, cutting off the bhavanga process. Then it consists of many times of jhana moments after the countless moment. Then at the end of the jhana entering of the attainment process, the bhavanga again rise. So this is the wholesome jhana of wholesome first jhana. After the attainment of first jhana, he trying to continue for the second jhana. So the neighborhood concentration still wholesome, and the jhana becomes second jhana. And if we continue to the samabhati also, the jhana movement is second jhana, etc. And for the arahat, after the attainment of arahatship, if he practices the concentration to get to attain, before the some arahat, they practice only the vipassana before the attainment. Then only vipassana practice he attained the mega and phala after the arahatship. Then after the attainment of arahatship, he practiced again the concentration meditation. Then first time attainment arise. At the time, the preparation movement, all the preparation movement are functional because there's no wholesome consciousness at the in the process of arahat. So all the neighborhood concentration are functional, and this jhana, because he just attained the first jhana at the very first moment. That is why this jhana is functional first jhana for arahat. Then bhavanga continue. After that, if he could enter to the first jhana, all the preparation movement functional, and the jhanas are the functional first jhana. In the same way, if he practice for more the higher jhana, second jhana, etc., the jhana movement, only the jhana movement change. And so we can count any of the wholesome five material sphere or functional five material sphere jhana, altogether 8, the possible at the maximum amount. Okay, so this is how the former 4 jhana are attained for first time, and it is enter or for the attainments next time, samabhati viti and adhigamika viti. Okay, let's continue for the 5th jhana. So for the attainment of 5th jhana, the difference comes at the moment of the neighborhood concentration jhana, because it changed to the accompanied by equanimity. Fine, the 5th jhana, including the immaterial jhanas, immaterial sphere jhana. So you may remember, if we study about the sublime consciousness combining 5 material sphere and immaterial sphere, the former 4 jhana contain only in the 5 material sphere, and there are fifth jhana 3 of the 5 material sphere and all the immaterial sphere are called the 5 jhana because they only have 2 jhana factors of equanimity and one-pointedness. Equanimity and one-pointedness. So they all are regarded as the 5th jhana. That's why when they arise, the neighborhood concentration are accompanied by equanimity. After the neighborhood concentration accompanied by equanimity, the absorption concentration accompanied by equanimity follow. So if they are equanimity, this equanimity. So according to the attainment, this can be decided by the accompanying feeling. So the only change is in both cases of neighborhood concentration and absorption concentration, the accompanying feeling change to equanimity. So after the neighborhood concentration accompanied by equanimity, the jhana can be identified. The wholesome 5 material sphere, 5th jhana, only 1. Wholesome 1, and resultant 1, functional 1. There are 3. But here, in this case, there is no resultant moment. And the functional 5 material sphere 1, if the arahat practice. Then, if 1 after the attainment of the 5 material sphere up to the 5th jhana, he continued to the attainment of immaterial sphere. So all the immaterial sphere of wholesome and functional, they are accompanied by equanimity. That is why in this process of the 5th jhana, the jhana moment can be one of the 10 jhana, 10 5th jhana. But okay, because we drop the resultant, this is related to the first time attainment and the interim attainment, the samapatti, not patisandhi or bhavanga moment. That's why we drop all the resultant moment of 5 material sphere in immaterial sphere. So in this way, we can understand the attainment of the jhana for the first time and the process in the attainment of the jhana, which is called the jhana samapatti viti. So let's continue to the process of attainment of path, megha. So this is called the megha viti. The megha viti for the average person, with the preparation moment, for the kin person, the preparation moment drop without the preparation moment. If with the preparation moment, if we count, the neighborhood concentration moment take place for the four times: preparation, sex, conformity, and change of lineage. And that's why 4 times is already passed. So for the supramundane moment, the 3 moment, that's why after path moment, only 2 moments of fruition follows. If the person is a kin person with the sharp knowledge and he drops the preparation moment, that's why neighborhood concentration take only 3 mind moments. So in the 4th mind moment is path consciousness, megha. So in order to complete the 7 moments of jhana, there remain 3 moments. That's why the phala moment is extended to 3 moments. So this is the difference between average person and kin person in the attainment of the megha. So this megha refers to the path, the Sotapatti megha, the 4th path, because here the moment is called the change of lineage, CH. And okay, if he entered to the fruition, samapatti viti, so it will change. So here the moment is the CH, it is refers to the 1st path, Sotapatti megha. And if it's mentioned about the higher path attainment, it will change to the CL or cleansing, to represent the cleansing, Horana. That is the only difference among the attainment of Mega. And first one of the higher one. Okay, here also they contain the neighborhood concentration, Upachara, Samadhi, Javana, and the same name, with the same name in the jhana attainment. Okay, for this Palasamabhati Viti, attainment of fruition, what is the difference is here, all the types of the neighborhood concentration change to the CN. So all are called the conformity. And after that, it continues many times of fruition. So here, it doesn't matter the moment of neighborhood concentration is 4 times or 3 times, the fruition moment continue. So after the attainment of the Mega, it follows the Phala. So the Mega person changed to the Phala person, Phala individual. Then he can enter to the respective fruition, which is called, at that time, it is called, the process is called the Palasamabhati Viti. And so here the difference is all the neighborhood concentration, Javana, in the process of the attainment of fruition are named the conformity. So you see all the moments are named the CN, conformity. This is the difference. And the fruition moment will continue. So we need to know the difference. Then, so let's study one after another for 4 Mega and 4 Phala. So for the first time attainment of Sotapatti Mega, here the path refers to the Sotapatti Mega. That is why the form of the moment is change of lightish is called the Kudrapu. It doesn't matter with or without preparation. So preparation with or without. Then here, after that, he can enter to the fruition of Sotapatti Mega. Now cannot enter to again to the path. Sotapatti Mega is enter to the Sotapatti Phala. That is called the Palasamabhati Viti. The former one is called the Mega Viti, Sotapatti Mega Viti and Sotapatti Phala Viti. If we identify by the name, so if we say Sotapatti Mega Viti, there must be the process, the concept of the Mega. This fruition just follow as a result of the Mega. And if we say the Sotapatti Palasamabhati Viti, it just refers only the entrance to the attainment with the many times of fruition. So all the neighborhood concentration will change to only one type of conformity. Then let's identify the process of the consciousness in the process. So Bhavanga, the former Bhavanga and the following Bhavanga can be identified, great resultant associated with knowledge 4, or the 5 material sphere resultants, only the resultants. So 5 altogether 4. This is for the Mega Viti, the former one. The Mega Viti, any of 9 Bhavanga can be, because that what different is for the Samapatti Viti, the 9 for the Mega Viti. For the Samapatti Viti, it extends to the 13 with the 4 immaterial resultants. 4 immaterial resultants. So it means at the immaterial plane of existence also the Samapatti Viti can be. But in the immaterial plane of existence, there cannot be the Sotapatti Mega Viti. That it is mentioned that in the page number 182, you can check the past path does not occur in the immaterial sphere plane. Seeing this information, we have to differentiate Megaviti from Plassamapati. On Megaviti, the Bhavanga moment can be any of 9. For the Plassamapati, the Bhavanga moment can be any of 13. It has more possibility because it can arise in the immaterial sphere realm as well. Okay, let's identify the neighborhood concentration jhana, preparation, asset, conformity, and change of lineage. And great wholesome chitta associated with knowledge. So here, before the Sotapatti Mega is only the ordinary person. The person is only the ordinary person. So in the process of ordinary person or Vardhan person, the wholesome chitta arise. That is why we can identify by the wholesome consciousness. After that, the path consciousness, Sotapatti Mega 1 and Sotapatti Phala 1. There. Here, no Mega. So this classification for the Mega especially refers to the Megaviti. If we understand the types of the consciousness in the Megaviti, we can understand the types of the consciousness in Phalaviti. The difference will be only in case of the Bhavanga. So in the PowerPoint slide I share, there's make a mistake in the Sotapatti Mega in both cases. Yeah, you should change the Sotapatti Phala or all the other. Also, you need to change the Sotapatti Phala, Mega to Phala, because this refers to the fruition moment. Okay, here the Samapatti Viti only occur to the Sotapatti Phalatthana individual. It does not occur for the Vardhan person. It does not occur for in the Sakadagami, etc. So if the Sotapatti Phalassamapatti Viti arise, that individual is called the Sotapatti Phalatthana individual. So we need to identify by the individual. So there's no difference for the Phalassamapatti Viti. Only one type can enter to the Phalassamapatti Viti of first path, Sotapatti Phalassamapatti Viti. Then what about the Megaviti? What is the difference? So at the moment of the neighborhood concentration up to the moment of change of the lineage. So here the continuum comes from the uncounted. So the please study from this slide. Please study from this slide to the moment of the change of the lineage. It is called the Vardhan individual of triple rooted. So triple rooted Vardhan individual. So Tihetuka Putuchana. At the moment of path consciousness, it is called the Sotapatti Megathana individual, this moment. After that, starting from the past moment of the fruition of Sotapatti Phala, it is called the Sotapatti Phalatthana individual. So in this process of Sotapatti Megaviti, we can understand the three types of individual. The former path up to the change of the lineage is called the triple-rooted Vardhan individual. At the moment of path consciousness, that is Sotapatti Megathana person, individual. And starting from the first fruition of Sotapatti Phala, he is called the Sotapatti Phalatthana individual up to the change of the lineage before the attainment of Sakadagami Mega. That becomes the Sotapatti Phalatthana individual. That is why after this attainment of Mega, if he entered to the Phalassamapatti Viti, he is called the Sotapatti Phalassamapatti individual. Okay. Just for the knowledge, let's consider about the objects. So the neighborhood concentration moment up to the conformity, preparation, access, and conformity. At that time, to attain the path attainment, the meditator must be practicing vipassana meditation. That is why they are called the vipassana samadhi, vipassana jhana. So the moment of preparation, access, or conformity moment, being the vipassana mind moment, their object must be any of the characteristics of anicca, dukkha, or anatta. Those are the characteristics of the conditional phenomena. That is why we can identify the object of the preparation, access, and conformity, the characteristic, find the characteristic. Then, at the moment of change of the lineage, it takes nibbana as its object, Gottarapu. So, Gottarapu takes nibbana as its object. Then, the phala moment, the path consciousness arises. It also takes nibbana as its object. Then the fruition 2 or 3 fruition moment. They also takes nibbana as their object. So in this way, we can identify the objects of the mind moment in the Megaviti. So for the Bhavanga, is as usual, it takes Kamma or Kamma Nimitta or Gati Nimitta. Any of these which is taken by the Patisandhi. In this way, we can identify every mind moment by the types of the consciousness, by the individual, by the objects. So this is how we should understand about the process. Any process, whenever you see the process or you talk about the process, you have to approach in that way. What types of consciousness can be, and what types of individual. Sometimes we can identify by the realm, by the plane of existence where it arises. It can arise. So for this process of the Sotapaddi mega attainment, we can identify by the human realms and 6 sphere Deva realms and 15 5 material sphere, except the 11. It must be 10. So sorry. The Asanya Sada and Sudawasa, except the Asanya Sada and Sudawasa, there are the remaining 10 Brahmawa. So in this way, we can identify the Sotapaddi Mega Viti can arise. There are 7 beautiful sense-sphere realms and 10 Brahma realms. So this is how the process is identified by the plane of existence. Then the objects, what they take. Also, one of the aspects to identify the process. In this way, we can approach to the mental process to understand. Okay, so let's continue for the second mega, which is called the Sakadagami mega. So types of the consciousness in the process of Sakadagami mega and phala. So this is called, the former one is called the Sakadagami mega. So the path changed to the Sakadagami mega. And the clean, before that, so the cleansing, the moment Godrabu changed to the cleansing, CL. Then for the Samabhati Viti, it just the difference is all the neighborhood concentration changed to the conformity and the fruition process continue. Okay, now let's identify the types of the consciousness. Then here, the Bhavanga, only the Sotapaddi mega cannot arise in the immaterial sphere realm. So starting from the Sakadagami mega, all becomes equal to the, in both cases of attain the mega viti and plus Samabhati viti, or become 13, or associated with the knowledge. 13 resultant consciousness associated with knowledge. Any of these 13 can be a Bhavanga movement. So former Bhavanga and the following Bhavanga can be. Then here, the naval concentration after the Vardhana, cleansing, are the great wholesome associated with knowledge, because the Sakadagami, to attain the Sakadagami Mega, before that, the person up to the cleansing is called the Sodapati Palatana. Then at the moment of Path Sakadagami Megatana and fruition Sakadagami Palatana. So then it continue the Mega and Pala. So the Samapati Viti, Sakadagami plus Samapati Viti occurs to only Sakadagami Palatana individual. So for the each process of the Samapati Viti related to the each Palatana individual. Then after the moment of the cleansing, that is the Sodapati Palatana individual, because without the attainment of Sodapati Pala, then nobody can attain the Sakadagami Mega. Then at the moment, Sakadagami Megatana, at the moment of fruition, it is called the Sakadagami Palatana individual. It's become easier. Then let's continue for the attainment of Anagami Mega and Anagami Pala. So for the attainment of Anagami Mega and Pala, very similar. So if we identify the types of the consciousness, also the same in the Bhavanga movement, and here naval concentration also wholesome, still wholesome, because here the former 3 Mega related to the wholesome, because they are called the trainees, still trainee, not reaching to the final attainment. Then here, here, this should be the Anagami Mega and Anagami Pala. This, we need to change the Anagami Mega and Anagami Pala. So at the moment, the Samapati Viti related to only Anagami Palatana person. Before that, that is called the Sakadagami Palatana person, before the cleansing. And at the moment of Anagami Mega here, this should be Anagami Mega, this is called the Anagami Megatana. And at the moment of Anagami Pala, we call the Anagami Palatana individual. Then for the less attainment of Arhata Mega and Arhata Pala. So here this process is same, cleansing. So after the cleansing, so the person is Anagami Palatana. If he practice Vipassana meditation, again attain the Arhata Mega. So this path refers to the Arhata Mega, and the following fruition are called the Arhata Pala. At that time, he is called the Arhat. Here, Arhat refers to the Arhata Palatana individual. So let's identify that this Bhavanga must be any of 13. And here, the naval concentration jhana in the attainment of Mega. So preparation, access, conformity, or cleansing, they are wholesome, because still that moment, that person is Anagami Palatana. So still trainees person, trainees individual. That is why the mind moment can be identified by the wholesome citta. But in the process of Samapati Viti, this Samapati Viti only occurs to the Arhata Palatana. So in the Arhata Palatana person, being an Arhat, there's no wholesome or unwholesome consciousness. That is why all the conformity moments in the Palasamapati Viti of Arahat are great functional, no more wholesome. So in the former mega and phala attainment, all wholesome. Here, the difference is all the conformity change to functional nature. So any of the great functional chitta associated with knowledge runs as a function conformity before the fruition moments. Then, sorry, here also I make a mistake. There's Arahata Mega. This must be Arahata Mega and Arahata Phala. So here the process occurs only to Arahata Phala. And because it arises Arahata Phala individual, the functional consciousness. Then after the moment of the cleansing in the Megaviti, cleansing, that individual is called Anagami Palatana because only the Anagami Palatana can arise the attainment of Arhata Mega. So we can identify after the moment of cleansing, that individual is Anagami Palatana individual. At the moment of here, Arhata Mega is must be Arhata Mega, and is called the Arhata Mega individual. And at the moment of the first time phala of Arhata, it must be Arhata Phala individual. So in this way, we can understand the attainment of absorption and the attainment of phala. So attainment of mega and phala. So you need to change in your slide. Arhata. So here this must be Arhata Mega and this must be Arhata Mega. Okay. So Arhata Mega and Phala. At that time, the Arhata Mega individual and Arhata Phala individual. In this way, the practice and attainment continue. Practice and attainment continue. And up to the attainment of Arhat. Sometimes if the person did not practice the concentration meditation before he attained the Mega and Phala, if he wish to attain the jhana, he need to practice again. So after the attainment of Arhata, Mega and Phala, being Arhat, if he practice all the consciousness in the jhana attainment change to the nature of functional, no more wholesome. If a person or if the meditator practice the concentration meditation before the attainment of Arhata, Mega and Phala, all the mind movement in the concentration meditation are wholesome nature, in wholesome nature. And we can say the wholesome and neighborhood concentration and wholesome jhana. If it runs in the Arhat's mind, it is called the functional neighborhood concentration and functional jhana. Okay, in today's lesson, I'm going to stop here, my explanation, and we can continue to Q&A session. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So the question, as SSB, our bhavanga is predetermined in previous life. So if one has bhavanga which is not maha kusala or jnana, does it mean that one cannot attain magga and phala? Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. It is not the predetermined in the previous life. It is determined in the very first moment of this life, like by the Pradisandhi. Okay, we can say another way that is produced by the karma. So produced by the karma is predetermined by the previous life. But the karma which is done in the previous life, you can say in this way. But you are right that if there's no jnana, there's no knowledge at the moment of Pradisandhi. So bhavanga also without knowledge. That person is called in the human realm, the person is called the Dvihetuka Pukala. So without knowledge and double-rooted individual. That types of individual cannot attain Mega and Phala, and also cannot attain the jhana. That is right. Okay.
Tami Sayadaw, Chitta is named CL. So FR, what does it stand for, Sayadaw? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, the CL refers to the cleansing. The cleansing, the types of the cleansing is the same as the Kudrapu. It's just the name is a difference. In the Sotapatti Megawiti, it is called the CH, change of lineage. And in the higher attainment, higher path, attainment of the higher path, Sakadagami Mega, Anagami Mega, and Arhata Mega, they are called the CR, cleansing movement or dana. But the types is same as the Godarabu. And here FR refers to the fruition. So fruition in Pali it is called the Phala. After the Mega, as a result of the Mega, become the Phala, the fruition. So here FR refers to the fruition. Okay.
Vandami Bante, could all arhats always attain jhana easily or sometimes with difficulty? Anmodami Bante for the explanation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, in this case, then we can consider for several reasons. We cannot say that all the arhat can easily attain, although they have practiced the Samma Samadhi up to the attainment of Arhata Phala, Arhata Mega Phala. The other condition, there are other conditions to support for the attainment of jhana. It means the former existence, the practice of the concentration meditation is supposed to attain the jhana, not only the present condition. So that is why if the individual did not practice the concentration in former existence, very rarely did in the former existence in the long way of samsara. For him, the wish, which is called the chanda, will be very lack, very, want to say they are very weak to attain the jhana. Even if he has already fulfilled the paramita up to the attainment of arhata and arhata mega and phala to be arhat. So for some people, even in this age, we can see they don't want to practice the concentration meditation. They just want to practice the vipassana meditation, only vipassana, only vipassana. For those types of person, by the support of that encouragement, and in the existence in which he or she attained the arhatship, even in that life, he may not have much desire to practice the concentration meditation. And for him, this is not explained in the books. We can consider for him, it will not be so easy, even though he already eradicates the hindrances, nivarana, which can be the impediments of the attainment of jhana. But attainment of jhana is not only their removing the hindrances. It is another aspect is to promote the level of concentration up to the jhana level. That's why that part may not be very easy for all times. He needs to exert himself with more effort if the arhat wish to attain the jhana. That is why they are regarded as the sukha vipassaka arahat, and sometimes they don't practice to attain the jhana too. So in case of the Chakupala Mahathera, he could attain the enlightenment after the arhatship. And being an arahat, maybe he can practice to attain the jhana, but it is not mentioned that he practiced that. So he was lost his sight and he became blind person. But still he continued in that way. He didn't try to get the light on to use the divine eye or something by practicing the concentration meditation. That is why we can think it is not always easy because of the lack of the desire, lack of the chanda. Okay.
Okay. Dear Bhante, from this viti, it seems that practicing jhana then attain magga and phala is much easier path compared to direct vipassana method. Is this conclusion fair? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. We cannot say the easier part, but we can say the more comfortable, because by the support of concentration and to see the mentality and materialities, to focus on their characteristics, is become clear. So because to establish the jhana also not easy way. That's why I prefer to use it is much comfortable than the easier. So the comfortable, if by the support of the concentration he has practiced, so the Buddha mentioned that the Samma Samadhi, always mentioned that the Samma Samadhi as the fourth jhana. That is why that part's already completed, enough powerful, the concentration is enough powerful. That is why you just need to make balance, promoting the other factors of magga, other path factors. That is why by the support of the jhana, become more comfortable to see the mentality and materiality. So yeah, we can say easier, but not very, that some people may have some argument about that. So I prefer the more comfortable, because by the support of concentration, the meditator can keep his posture longer and longer than the one who practice only vipassana. Okay. Let's make aspiration and let's share our merits. Please repeat after me. Imina punya kamena.
Imina punya kamena.
Mame bala samagamo.
Mame bala samagamo.
Satam samagamo hodu.
Satam samagamo hotu.
Yava nibbana patiya.
Yava nibbana patiya.
Idame punyam.
Idam me punyam.
Asavakaya vaham hodu.
Asavakaya vaham hotu.
Idame punyam.
Idam me punyam.
Nibbana sapajayo hodu.
Nibbana sapajayo hotu.
Mama punya bhagam.
Mama punya bhagam.
Sabba satanam bhajimi.
Sabba satanam bhajimi.
Te sabbe.
Te sabbe.
Me samam.
Me samam.
Punya bhagam labantu.
Punya bhagam labantu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.